Stakk, what's going on, my brother?
Man, you know what it is, man. Doing all good, man. We just cooling in this thing, man. What's going on with you today?
What you did this weekend?
Man,
listen, hold on. You don't ask me the question. I ask you the question, Stakk.
Okay, well, come
so
on.
You don't ask me how I'm doing and what I did. I ask you. Now, start over.
Okay, let's go. Hold on.
Stakk, what you did for the weekend?
Man, I ain't doing that for the weekend, man. You know, we went, we walked up to the top of Stone Mountain, man.
You went to the top of Stone Mountain.
Well, yes, sir.
You actually made it to the top of Stone Mountain.
Well, I mean, depending on what you're talking about make it, I say I went to the top of Stone Mountain.
Well, how did you get up to the top, Stakk?
Well, you know, I just followed, you know, Meredith. I just followed her. You know what I'm saying? That's all I did.
Stakk, tell them how they can reach us on social media.
Well, on social media, you can reach me on platform, man. Oh, no, you weren't talking about me when.
Not you, Stakk, the show.
Nobody
wants to reach you personally.
Well, okay, well, hold on. Well, you can reach us at ATL Platform 1 on that Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and reach us at www.atlplatform.com. I'm going to be doing that at probably like 12:02, 2 minutes after midnight tonight. We're going to go ahead and release that website.
We're going to finally release it?
Yeah, we're going to finally release it. And you can reach us at the platform on Facebook.
On Facebook.
And ATL Platform 1 on Twitter.
If I hit you, you going to respond to it? If I send you an email to platform, you going to respond to it?
I mean, I don't know. It just depends on. If it's in spam, I'm not going to go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Stakk, tell them who we got chilling out with us today, man.
Man, we got my favorite man, my partner, man. You understand me? You understand? I was like, look here, man. You know, I got to get people in the radio to come do our show. So, you know, I call them a folk. I've been knowing them since 3rd grade.
Stakk,
so we have your one and only 107.
Hold up. You lying.
What are you talking about?
You didn't call him.
What are you talking about?
I called him.
He right here?
You didn't call him. You didn't even know who he was.
I been know who he was.
You found out who he was 10 minutes ago.
Well, look, Be High from 107.9.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on, Brad?
Feeling good.
What's going on, B? Look, I ain't gonna reach across it this time.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
If he get to be too much.
Yeah.
Just give me a little wink, a little signal or something. I'll bow him. You know what I'm saying? Real hard. Because sometimes you get a little, aggressive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get a record deal. The man rap sound horrible.
Be hot.
Talk to me.
Be hot. Let me put up one of my ISILs. Hold on. I had to put up one of my ISILs. Because it was getting a little cold. I know y'all cold. But look, all right then. Look, hey, but on the real, I'm just glad you're here, man. I always wanted to just, because I sometimes be looking at you on the radio, and, sometimes we be playing basketball down there, Old National down there by the park, by whatever that park is down there. We playing basketball. So, you know what I'm saying, man? I always just wanted you here, man, and if you, before you leave here and everything.
Stakk, we're not going to start that. We're not going to start that. We're not going to start that.
What was
He's not giving you a ride. He's not giving you his number. No email. Nothing. No contact. When this man leaves, you ought to have no contact with him. Do not harass this man.
Hey, I'm going to come down to y'all office down there. I'm going to catch the train. Pick me up from 5 Point.
Personal security. B.I., what's going on with you, my brother, man?
Oh, man, another day on the grind, man. I'm just happy to be in this mode with y'all kicking.
Well, we happy to have you.
Yeah, man, we gonna dive right in.
What's happening?
For the ATL platform listeners out there, this segment here is about a broadcaster, a successful broadcaster.
Most definitely.
What we want to do on the show today is kind of take all this, when you have people doing Facebook Live, Instagram Live, everybody now pretty much is going live. That's the new trend. Would you agree with me?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people have great ideas. I stroll down and I watch, different shows and stuff come out. So what I said, you know what? I'm going to bring in a guy that started just like you guys out there, ATL platform, that, that grew 100 followers to over 100,000, and we're gonna dive into the man and his mind, and he's gonna give us some tips on what makes a successful show, what to stay away from, things that you should do, shouldn't do.
Most definitely.
And to become a successful broadcast personality like he is. B-High.
What's happening?
Before we get started, man, let's talk a little bit about you, about you as the man.
Yeah.
I know you used to being the person that does the interviews.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, go check out B-High Hot 107.9. You can hit him up on YouTube and kind of see the man has did over 250 interviews. I'm talking about everybody from 8 Ball and MJG
exactly.
up to the Rich Homie Quan, 21 Savage, them right now.
Yeah.
And I was telling Stakk them in the meeting, I said, here's a guy that I saw, do 8 Ball 5 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Had 1,000 views. Now he's doing interviews now, and they're doing over 100,000. So that's something that I kind of want to dig into. And if he can do 100, if he can do 1,000, take 1,000 to 100,000. I want to be able to do that, and I'm sure ATL platform viewers want to be able to do that.
And you let us know that it is possible, man. I mean, yeah, for real. I mean, I thought I want to I want to run an idea by you. I want to just run an idea by. I was thinking, when I watch your show, I came up with a show myself. You know what I'm saying? Kind of similar. That's why I say it does work. So to pick it back off him. But I had one said I had an introduction from a show only, but I want to get your opinion on it. Okay?
Talk to me.
Okay, it say it's your boy Stakk, a.k.a. A-Lo, podcast Shawty.
Stakk, are you serious?
Yeah.
Hey, this
Are
shit
you
sound like
serious?
it might work though, Stakk. It
Yeah.
sound like
Hold on, let me do it again.
work.
This your boy Stakk, a.k.a. A-Lo, podcast Shawty.
ATL platform, this man has sat right up here and bit B-High's whole introduction.
No.
You do every week. You come in here stacked with your foolishness.
No.
Yeah, you come in every week taking some. If you're not taking somebody's lines, you're stealing money from the owner.
No.
It's just always some shit.
What did he say?
He's B-High. Do your intro for him.
It's Atlanta's #1 hip hop station. Of course, it's your folk B-High. Radio Shawty.
Now let me hear yours.
It's your boy Stakk, a.k.a. Lo, podcast Shawty.
Are you serious?
Yes, he said radio show. That's
Okay, so let me ask you, what's the difference between his and yours?
I'm A-Lo, he B-High. My podcast, he radio.
with the A-Lo.
What are you talking about?
B-High, don't laugh at him.
What are you talking about?
B-High, do not laugh at him.
What are you talking about?
B-High,
A-Lo,
do not feed the
he
beast,
B-High.
man.
He radio shawty, I'm podcast shawty.
I feel him though, man. That's how I got to go.
His dreads black, my
on.
dreads gold.
Hey.
Heel longer, mine shorter.
So y'all have a lot in common, is what you
But we
saying.
have a whole lot in
You
common.
don't have nothing in common with B-High.
We have a lot in common.
You don't have, he's successful. You're a failure.
I went to Young Middle School too.
Hey,
B-High, let's dive into it, man.
what's happening?
You married.
Yes, sir.
For all the women out there, B-High is married. You have 3 girls.
That's
Tell me
right.
what it's like being a father, man, before we kind of dive off into, everything. How is fatherhood, being married? Because a lot of, rappers that come up here, it's very few that are married. Oomp came, I think, a week before last, and he was talking about, he was married and to the young black men out there that that degrade our black women or are not into marriage. Tell me the positive things about being married, man, and what it can do, in changing a boy to a man.
Well, when you talk about being married, I tell this one story right here about why it's beneficial. Back in 2014, I was at the radio station.
Okay.
And I had got laid off one day. I came into work, nigga got laid off.
Right.
And I remember I came home and I told my wife, feeling like James Evans in this motherfucker. I said, babe, they just laid me off.
Right.
And she looked me dead in my eye and said, you deserve a break. I got your ass covered.
Wow.
I said, what?
Wow.
Luckily, 3 days later, I got rehired and I went back to work.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew then that it was real in my household.
Yeah.
And with a partner like that, you ain't about to lose. You can't lose when somebody got your back like that.
Right. Well, see, and I'm not married, but I have been kind of talking, to a special young lady and.
He coating.
And
he coating right now.
Stakk
coating right now.
Stakk is married.
Yeah.
We see the beautiful relationship with him and Meredith have. And they have each other back, and that's something I think that a lot of black men, you know, that we kind of missing out on strong black families, respecting the black woman, marrying her, not just running her through the mud. You know, I applaud you for it, my brother, and it's an inspiration to all black men. You tell me a little bit about the girls. I mean, what's the ages?
The oldest baby, she just turned 11. The second one is like 8, and the little one is just turned 3 back in December.
Okay.
And I mean, I love all they butts, man. I mean, they really. You know, it's so funny because even when I look at my career, from my wife to my kids, they have really been the motivation behind what I did. You see what I'm saying? So when my first baby was on the way, me and my wife, we weren't married at the time, but I was stressed the hell out because I was young as hell, and I was like, this is some bullshit. But I was like, you know what, we got to figure this out.
Right.
And I was just the intern at the radio station at the time, and I had wrecked my car, so I couldn't get back up there to intern no more. So I was like, well, that shit's over with.
Right.
But then I was like, man, I got to get in this building. So I had to call every Monday until I got hired as a board out. But I just remember thinking to myself, my dreams and my goals that I had, man, I wanted to be able to show my kids something. Because I had a whole bunch of dreams and goals that were unfulfilled because I was coming from the hood. I was like, I don't know if everything going to ever pan out for me.
Right.
But I was like, for this child, I want her to be able to at least one day hear her daddy on the radio and say, okay, if my daddy can get on the radio, then I can do whatever the hell I want to do with my life.
Exactly.
So that was the real driving force behind why I stayed with what I was doing for so long, because it wasn't easy and there wasn't no real reward coming for a long time.
For a long time.
You see what I'm saying? But I was like, I just want to be an example to my kids, so if they had these wild, outlandish dreams, because at the end of the day, if I wasn't able to get my stuff done, I don't know if I'd be able to look at them and say, hey, go ahead and go for it.
Right.
Because I don't know. I don't know what it took. I don't know how it's supposed to happen. I just have to pray and hope that maybe God, show them the way.
Right.
So, like, if I can just figure out a way to get up through there, then at least I can say, all right, I did it. What's your excuse is?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I have a friend. He's a comedian, Dexter Tucker. And he has 3 girls also.
Hey, the biggest player. Was he a player?
And this is what's so funny. He, you don't have any boys, right?
Not at all.
And
sir.
so he, in his comedy skit, he says, I have 3 girls, and my next door neighbor always come over. He got like 4 boys, right? And he said he got one of the youngest boys to be out there, messing with his daughter and stuff.
Yeah.
And he said that in this skit, he said the neighbor always try to come over and intimidate him and make him feel like like he's superior to him. Talking about, that's my little soldier right there. Look at my little soldier out there playing. He said they was around the building. He heard some pow. Ah! He said he ran around the corner. His daughter had done smacked him in the little pistol whip him with the water gun. He said, yeah, that's your little soldier.
Yeah, got him.
So I said, yeah, but you just said something a minute ago. You said that the reward, and we're going to get into this for all the viewers. You said that you've been in radio a long time.
Yeah.
And you said that the reward didn't come right away. Tell me a little bit about that. What, one, give me, approximate time on, how long it took to become Beehive that we see today. And also tell me, some of the ups and downs. Tell some of the viewers the ups and downs when it comes to this. Because I got a lot of people that'll, after, a few months, they'll be like, Wick, I don't have the viewers. I don't have this, I'm just going to quit. I don't think this is, it's demoralizing.
Yeah.
Tell the people, your story and how to stick with this thing and make it shake.
Well, when I first came in, I was over there at Clark, Atlanta, and I had a homeboy in my class. First of all, I ain't even know where the radio station was at. Okay, I grew up in the city all my life. I ain't even know where the hell it was at. But I knew
I remember that too. You calling me and asking me where.
You don't remember that, Stakk?
Bro,
how do you remember?
I'm just thinking, bro. I'm
you
listening.
weren't thinking. You.
It sparked the memory in me.
Stakk, this man is telling a serious story. I'm trying to tell the platform viewers how to stay down with their dream.
Exactly.
And you come in talking about you remember when he was in college.
No, I remember when he asked me where the radio station was.
He never asked you nothing.
Well, continue.
He don't even know you, Stakk.
Continue, B.
So I looked up and I was in class one day and I was in there cracking up because you know how we do. Just like Wick Stakk do, we act a fool when we get a chance and we get around black folk. We gonna have a good time.
Right.
So that's what I was doing in school. And one of my classmates was like, "You should intern at Hot 107.9." I was like, I hear you talking, but what the hell you talking about? Right. So he was like, man, I work up there and I can get you in there. So I was like, okay, cool. So what wound up happening was, it was my homeboy named Ryan Moore. So he like, send me your resume and I got you. So I sent him my resume. I'm like, you in class with me. What you mean you up there working and you can get me in?
Right.
So I sent him the resume. They called me back for the internship. So I went to the internship meeting. There were like a few hundred folks in there back then, because back then it was open to everybody. Just could come on in and intern if you wanted to. So you in there and they telling you what you ain't gonna do and all this extra stuff at the time. And then I remember I looked up and I was a volunteer.
Oh.
And I was like, wait a minute, this ain't no internship.
So you started at the bottom.
I started at the very bottom. It was like, nigga, come on in here and die. Or don't even come in here. We just... The first two things I did, it was Thanksgiving, Hosea Feed the Homeless. Okay. I went out there and did that. I was like, okay, yeah, this cool radio station, I'm out here. And they didn't call me back again until King Day to feed the homeless again. Right. And I was like, wait a minute, now I didn't sign up to be feeding no damn homeless every time. Man. Y'all got me messed up. I'm about to quit this. Right. Then my homeboy Keno was like, B, you better not quit that, boy. You better stay down with it. Stay down with it. And I was like,
tell Kurt that. Tell Kurt he better stay down.
Yeah, please. Stay down with Stakks.
So then they called me again to do a Super Bowl party. So I did that, and that's when I met the promotions director at the time, a lady named LaToya Dixon. And I was like, hey, LaToya, let me in this thing, man. I'm trying to get in the building. I ain't trying to feed the homeless all the time. I'm trying to learn something. Right. So that's when she let me come in the building, and I was doing promotions. But long story short, I interned in promotions for damn near a year, just getting prizes for winners when they came in there. And I was like, hey, this ain't really hitting on nothing either, y'all. What's going on with this? I'm trying to learn, so I don't feel like getting nobody no prizes, no things every 5 minutes. I'm just here kicking it, just cutting up, acting a fool. Right. Because I was still going to have a good time regardless where the hell I was at. Correct. So then finally I was able to get into promotions. I mean, from promotions in the program, and it was one of them days where they're like, all right, y'all interns have been here too damn long, and y'all got to go. And I was like, dang, man, I done been in this motherfucker, getting folks prizes and stuff. Now y'all trying to tell me I got to go? Right. So at that time, it was another lady named Allison. She was over promotions at that time. Okay. And I was like, Allison, they trying to run me up out here. They talking about my time up. I done been in here. You ain't learned nothing, ain't done nothing. What's going on with it? She said, don't worry about it, B. I got you. Then she introduced me to this dude named Malcolm, who was running the boards and programming, and he showed me how to run the boards. Wow. So that's when I was interning, actually learning how to do something.
And that's over a year later.
Exactly. That was over a year later. So then I ran them boards, learning how to do that for another year. Oh. And I remember walking in there to one of the station managers at the time, and I said, hey, man, I want to get a job. Where do I go to apply at? And it's time for me to get hired. That's right. And they laughed at me.
They laughed at you.
They laughed at me. And I'm like, ain't shit funny. I'm trying to apply for a job. What we laughing about it? I'm trying to get a job.
Did I tell a joke?
Did I tell a joke in there? So, by the end of the Exactly. So then, like I told you, next thing you know, my baby was on the doggone way, and then I wrecked my car, and I couldn't get up there no more. Right. So like, well, it looks like this whole radio thing is down the drain. It's down the drain. So I called that same station manager every doggone Monday. I said, y'all got that position open yet? Y'all got that position open yet? Y'all got that position open yet? Right. Until he finally said, all right, I'm going to hire your butt. So then I went in there and I started working. So now this is about 2 years later, just from interning to getting hired. Wow. Right.
And real quick, and then I'm going to let you keep on going. Because I want to tell the viewers something that just struck me. You said you were down 2 years. Yeah. You could have easily quit after they sent you home.
Exactly.
Wow. But you just said something. You said you called him every single day.
Exactly.
That let him know, for all the viewers out there, if you really want something, and you're not in position as the same position as a boss or something. Yeah. You bug them. Yep. You make them change the number.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You make them change. You let them know, hey, this is what I call Kurt every day.
Exactly.
And I email Wick every night. You understand me?
I hate
he try to fire me. He try to fire me every show and get what I do. Hey, I call it Mama. I call it Nino. I call everybody. You understand me? If you check your email today, I don't call
my mom again. Do not call my mom. I'm glad you brought that up.
She was like, who is you? I was like, oh, Wick Free. She was like, who? And hung up the phone on me.
But yeah, so you know you're 2 years down. You call, they give you the job. What was? Let's talk about that first year. It wasn't peaches and cream.
Well,
no,
no,
right
the
after
bottom
that.
line is I wound up running the boards for probably another 3 years, just sitting behind the board, just running that thing, man. And I'd be sitting back there like, hey, you got to get better than this too, though.
So you weren't even behind the mic at this point.
I wasn't on the air. I was just pressing the button for you.
Oh,
you see what I'm
okay.
saying? And then sometime back then, a lot of that stuff, you might just be sitting in the studio, everything automated, you just sitting there kicking it for a few hours.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? This don't really feel like I'm amounting too much around here right now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So let me start trying to do my air checks. And I did the air checks, and with some of the first folk that were there around that time, they told me that, you know, it just wasn't going to happen for me.
So they didn't believe in you at this point.
Ain't nobody that if you don't believe in yourself, you can go to hell.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You
Because
heard that ATL platform.
Yeah,
it starts with self.
it starts from the inside out. Because see, really what I realized, even in my own personal situation, what I wound up delivering to the world was how I felt about myself on the inside. It wasn't nothing that nobody said, all right, behind, wham, you the man, go and get it. We just going to put all this support behind you. It was like, no, this how I feel about myself. And I think these folks need to understand how I feel about myself so I can show you better than I can tell you. Because, see, in my life, I've always gotten resistance.
Wow.
So I'm kind of used to the resistance. It's like, shoot, just come
Believe
on with that. But
Yeah,
so when you used to getting that resistance, you know ain't nobody about to help you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So if you ain't looking for no help, you know you got yourself to blame. And who really want to blame themselves for losing?
Exactly.
So it's like, nah, I ain't about to lose. Y'all ain't about to beat me. I ain't about to quit and give up. And I've seen a lot of folks quit and give up, or folks just kind of just fizzle out and burn out. And then eventually, my boy Bill Black, man, he heard my air check. And he the operation manager up there in Cleveland for Radio 1 now.
Wow.
And at the time, I was going by Brian Gritty because I was in a rap group, the Nitty Gritty.
I
similar
never
to
knew that.
Ghetto Mafia,
Did
and I
you-
was hard as hell.
I know. I used to listen to number 3.
You didn't listen.
I used to listen to number 3. I used to listen to number 3. I used to listen to number 3.
Get your hands off.
I used to
me.
listen to
I
number
told you
3.
Keep your hands
Podcast Shawty.
off of me. You never heard one song he did, Stakk.
Yes, I did.
Let me hear the song that he did.
All right. Listen to me now. Yeah, there is no lie. Be high.
He didn't
Be
say
high.
that.
Be
He
high.
didn't say that. He didn't say. You just made that up.
No, I did
You
not.
made that up,
That was
Stakk.
his ad-libs, brother.
He didn't say that one time. What? He didn't say that one time. Where did he record that? Password?
No.
Where did he record
He
that?
recorded at a place called Billsey's. and Billsey's is located down there in Tallahassee, Florida. I already know this because we friends.
Oh my good. Well, Beehive, we're gonna pause for 1 second. When we come back, Stakk, we're gonna let you dig into Beehive a little bit. We're gonna kick it to our correspondent Meredith for a minute with our what if segments. Meredith.
All right, Wick Stakk. Your what if question for today. What if you could be born as any other race besides black? What would you choose? And if you chose not to change, why?
Okay, Stakk, you heard Meredith. For the people that didn't hear out there, Meredith said, what if you could be born as any other race, Stakk?
Oh, my
This would be interesting from you. Any other race besides your African, whatever you are now, Zulu, monkey,
Oh, my goodness. Like what do I mean?
bovine.
Explain it to
what-
read it to me again. What did she say?
She
Because I
said
was
she
lost
wants
in
to
the
know
sauce.
if you could be any
You know?
other race.
Uh-huh.
What would it be? And if you wouldn't want to be anybody else, then you need to explain why.
Man, any other race other
Yeah,
than...
because you're Uncle Tom. We know you probably
other
want to
race.
be. You
Any other
probably
race.
want to
Let's see.
be Trump.
I mean, at my second choice would be Scottish. That's my second choice.
Scottish.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm a lone hammer Viking, but that's hold on. But my first choice, like the comeback. My first choice would probably be Choctaw Indian.
Choctaw Indian.
Yeah.
They killed all y'all.
No, because see, I like bow and arrows. I love them. I love everything. You understand what I'm saying? I love it. And then my third one, my third choice would probably be if I couldn't be, but my third choice. Let me see. I don't know. I kind of like green. I kind of like leprechauns. I could be a leprechaun.
You could be a ET. You know what the ET stands for?
What does it stand for?
Extraterrestrial.
Right.
That's what I thought you were gonna say. Or a ogre. What is an ogre?
No, that's what Shrek was. Shrek is an ogre.
Right, and you look like Shrek, like half brother.
No, cousin. What would you be, huh?
I mean, now I have to stay the same, man.
That's what a real proud black man would say. That's what I thought
you wouldn't want to
say,
be no
Stakk.
Phoenician or Sumerian or you wouldn't want to be from Pompeii. You don't want to be like Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
No, man. I mean, it ain't getting no better than it.
You wouldn't want to be Chinese. I mean, me and you could be hopping and throwing karate all day. You don't want to be now one of them.
Oh my God.
No, man.
Wait, what would you be? No, you can't get out of here. What?
I'm with what B-High said.
B-High said, doggone Asian is the persuasion. So, what
B-High didn't say, he said he'd want to stay in his black skin. That's what I would be, Stakk.
Oh.
I think everybody in here agrees we would want to stay black, but you.
I want to be a Napoleon.
Stakk,
no, I want to be.
Ask B-High something serious that the people can use and digest.
Well, I just say, man, everything I heard, saying like, I know that you have that drive, but what is the first step to really, get into radio? Because, I hear a lot of shows and I see them, young guys, I mean, like for real, like they be 17, 18 and man, they be having a real show. And I'm like, wait a minute, I was at Tri-City. I can imagine having a show. So I'm saying, what is it? Is it who you know, what you know? What's the first step, man, that can just get you some? Say for I want to go down to 107.9, which I do for real. I'm hollering. But I'm saying if I did, hold on, but don't you go there? I know you finna.
You do know Kurt can make that happen for you. We can give you your pink slip over here and send you right on that. See how that work out for you.
It depends on what B-High say. You know what I'm talking about? But what's the first step, man? How would somebody just get into radio? You know what I'm saying? I mean, do I have to call Digger Edition and rap? Because if I call Digger Edition, I'm gonna win, bro. Don't even go there with me. Do y'all do Digger Edition? At the wrong station.
No, they got the battlegrounds. That was you talk about Chris Lover right there with the Digger Edition.
Is that what station that was?
That was Hot 107.9.
Boy, I love you, boy. But what can we do to do that though?
I mean, the main thing is folks got to get an internship.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? If you're trying to get into radio, you got to get yourself an internship.
Okay.
And also, I mean, to be honest with you, you don't have to.
Don't sit there and get fired on the show.
No, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that sideways.
Okay.
But I'm saying with the way
I ain't got nothing but a 1-bedroom.
Exactly.
I ain't got a 1-bedroom.
To be honest with you, the way that the technology is set up, it don't matter what you do. If you want to do it, you got to start from where you at. So like I said, if you in your living room and you want to talk in your living room, you start right there. And if you see, my theory and my motto has always been, you got to set yourself on fire. And when you set yourself on fire, folks gonna come and get that heat. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can set yourself on fire in the living room. In the radio station, they're gonna come and call you. Because it's about your following. Right. You see what I'm saying? So if you coming in as an intern, to be honest with you, it's probably gonna be a lot harder for you.
Wow.
Because you ain't got no following.
Wow.
So you got to build your stuff up from scratch and make these folks believers when you got all these comedians, rappers,
right.
everybody else that got their own following coming to the game like, hey, I already got about 100,000 folk that know me.
Correct.
That's right.
So you got to set yourself apart from them folk and really come in to work. But the main thing is it's just about creating the content because it's a content game now. You got to have the content. And it could be talking, inspirational, motivational, interviews. It could be storytelling. It don't matter what you're doing. As long as you telling something that folks want to hear.
Right.
And like what I did, the approach I took to even my interviews, I used the music to tell my own personal story.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? So I would bring in folks that I listen to.
Right.
to tell my story of how I grew up and what I listened to in Atlanta coming up.
What school did you go to, Behind?
Went to Mays High.
Oh my goodness.
Mays in the building.
Oh my
Mays
The
in
Raiders,
the
man.
building.
The Raiders.
I feel so sorry.
The Raiders.
Oh, man, that's the west side, the best side.
Oh my goodness.
Southwest Atlanta too strong.
Behind you, there's a lot of aspiring rappers, singers,
Yeah.
etc. And I know you working for a major radio station, 107.9 down here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I know you get people running up on you all the time. Hey, Behind, man, play my record, this and that. And my question to you would be, tell the people that how it really is, because people think that if I get to be high, I can make him play this and I'm gonna be the biggest star that there is. Does the radio allow you just to walk up in there and just to play whatever you want to and break it when you get ready?
If that song is jamming, it got to be jamming like hell, though. If that song is just a hit, if you coming there with a hit, somebody gonna play that record for you because it's a damn hit, and a hit cannot be stopped. You see what I'm saying? A hit can't be stopped. So that's the main thing with that. But then if you don't know if your song is a hit or not, you got to go out there and work it in the streets.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Get the DJs playing it. And when they get to playing it, then it's going to go all the way down. But until then, it's like, folks got to see you working. A lot of time, man, you'll get on just because folks done see you working so doggone hard.
So hard, right?
They're like, you know what, this dude been working too doggone hard.
Let's give him a shot.
Let's give him a shot because this song is pretty good and he need an opportunity. Because at the end of the day, too, man, I look at radio as a vessel to give folks opportunities and to help folks out.
It's
man.
a platform.
It's a platform. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's not there to just try to hold folks down. It's to here to lift folk up. So if we can lift somebody up along the way, you're doing your job.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, the money ain't really what it's all about. It's about what you really contributing to your community and the people around you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That was one of the things, like I said, when I got laid off, I went home and I was sitting at home and I was like, damn, nigga, you was at the radio station on the air. You could have helped some more folk.
Right.
You could have did more interviews.
Correct.
And you ain't do nothing. You was in there cooling out the whole time.
The whole time. And that's powerful. That help you. ATL platform, you heard it from Beehive. When you're in a position to help,
Yeah.
you never know that person that you helped may come back around and be the person that helps you. And we talked about that earlier.
9 times out of 10, that's how it's gonna go.
That's how it's going to
That's how
go.
it's
That's how it's gonna go.
Right.
The folks that you help are gonna be your help in the long
Gonna
run.
be your help in
Ain't
the
nobody
long-
gonna be helping you because they want to help you.
Right.
They gonna help you because they owe you.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
That's powerful. Beehive, you at the radio station now. You've done, oh my goodness. I mean, some nights I just sit down and I watch interview after interview after interview after interview.
Back to back, got the graphics.
Personally for you, and I don't want to get you in trouble with any artist or the station itself. Who do you find a easier interview? Is it the old school legend artists that you
that's a good
interview, or is it the young cats that's up and coming now, or does it not even exist?
But now it's always the legends because they got something to talk about.
Oh,
They got too much experience. You can ask them all kinds of different questions about how they made it, why they made it, where they came from, how did they overcome their obstacles to get to where they was trying to go. And it's so much knowledge that you're gonna be able to get out of that. Because see, that's another thing too. When I do my interview, I'm asking questions I need answers to.
Yes, okay.
I ain't just ask you questions because I want to ask you some questions. I'm trying to get me some clarification going on up in here too, my doggone self.
Right.
So if you done went through something similar, then I can piece that and add that to my thing.
That's right.
These new artists, a lot of times, they jumping off the porch and they just ain't interview ready. So I also take that as a time to get them interview ready too. It's like, no, bro, before you go out of town and you start traveling, you gonna come here, you gonna talk to me, and I'm gonna show you some love too, because see, everybody ain't gonna show you no love.
Right.
You gonna go out to some of these places and they gonna give your ass hell for about 30 minutes straight.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So my main thing is I just try to get them into the industry, give them a good look, and really just give them a platform to blast off of. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if don't nobody but take them serious, they can say, hey man, Go to Beehive page. I did an interview with him. And they're like, okay, well, I heard of Beehive. Let me go and check and see. Okay, you was in there. Okay, well, I'll help you with this then because at least I see you working.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. So that's why I feel like I lend my hand to folks. It's like, you know what, come on in here, man. I see what you're trying to do. I'll help you get to where you're trying to go to. Right. And I mean, if you get there, help somebody else.
Right. Yeah. So you never really had any formal training in broadcast. It's just natural to you.
Because when it comes to the broadcasting thing, well, now I used to produce for Carol Blackman's show on Magic Middays. Okay. And I produced Gangsta Grills with DJ Drummer now.
Okay.
And I produced the 18 Morning Show with Rashawn Ali Griffin, Beyonce, CJ, and all them, and search of them. So when you around that, you're gonna pick it up.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay. So your intern was like your schooling.
Yeah. Well, no, that's when I was working.
Oh. Okay.
I was just behind the scenes like a mother. Okay. You see what I'm saying? I was just working behind the scene, but sitting there, you know, you sit in the room with DJ Drummer, that dude the damn truth.
Right. Yeah. Behind, out of all your interviews, you know, I know I was the best, of course. You know, because I run my mouth.
That was one of my good ones, though.
Because I know I run my mouth.
Come on, man.
Where did you rank mine at?
We need. You hear the birds chirping up in here, man? The crickets, man.
Behind, where mine at?
You don't got to interview Stakk.
Man, I'm podcast.
You barely have a job right now.
I'm A-Lo podcast shop.
You barely have a job right here now.
Well, if I get fired, I know Beehive got me.
Beehive don't got you.
Beehive got me.
Beehive don't got you.
Kurt.
Beehive, tell me and Stakk, you know, besides, you know, me, what was one of the best interviews you think you have had that you would, if right now, if you could look in that camera and say, you know, for followers that haven't seen Beehive or seen any interviews, what would be the first interview you would tell them to go watch?
I would have to say that Banner and Bone Crusher interview, because them boys, they came in there and they was in there for about an hour and a half, and I ain't never did no interview that.
You talking about David Banner, correct?
Yeah, David Banner and Bone Crusher.
Now, did they do that together, or those are two separate interviews?
Well, now, you know, Bone work at Boom.
Correct.
Okay.
And so I was in there interviewing Banner.
Okay.
And Bone walked past the studio and seen Banner in there.
Oh.
And then he threw up a deuce, and he came in there. And I knew they had did some music together, but I didn't know that they went back like that for real. Mm-hmm. And them boys hadn't seen each other in a minute.
Right.
So it was kind of like a reunion on camera.
So I haven't seen that. So that's on that Banner and Bone together.
Yeah, and it's a lot of game and just information being shared in there. I ain't even really say nothing. I just let them talk for an hour and a half.
Just let them talk.
Yeah.
Well, what about the, you know, the new generation? What would be your, you know, if I said, you know, Beehive, what's the best, you know, new rapper interview that you have done? Who would you tell me to go, you know, look?
I mean, I got to say Rich Homie, man.
Yeah, I saw that Rich Homie. Wow. Yeah. That's an intelligent brother.
Rich Homie is one of the real ones.
He does every interview, too. Yeah, he don't care who you are.
No, Rich Homie is a real dude, man. You know, see, I'm going to put it to you like this. I remember I was at the courthouse. My partner over there, he on Top Tier Limo. I wound up parking over there for the free. And then his partner was in there. He knew Rich Homie dad. And he was like, man, this dude named Rich Homie. You need to get on your show, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I get him on there. And that was back when he had that song Differences. And then he came in there and we did the interview.
Okay.
And then Rich Homie blew all the way the fuck up.
Correct.
I was like, damn, Rich Homie, you done blew all the way up.
Right.
But guess what? He came back and did the show again.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? After he blew up.
Right.
Then he came back and did the show again. Correct. After he had a number one.
So it's establishing them relationships.
It's establishing them relationships, but also that's just a testament to his character, though.
Correct.
Because everybody ain't gonna do that.
Correct. What's one of your more difficult ones? Now, you know, I know you got love for every rapper.
Yeah.
But what was one of your, you know, if I say, what was one of your more difficult interviews? You know, who would you say that would have been?
To be honest with you, Wick, I ain't really had no real difficult interview because I love to talk my damn self.
Okay.
So if you don't
who did you have to pull with you more? You know, you have to bring out of a shell. You have to talk a little bit more.
Out of a shell. Cause see, folks, they coming there ready to talk to me. And if they ain't talking, then I don't even. If they ain't talking, I kind of block it out like a post-traumatic stress situation. Like, no, that was just a long one. But let me think. Who I had to pull something out of? I mean, it's always good trying to pull something out of Pee Wee Longway because Pee Wee, you know, he gonna do what he want to do. Okay. And Pee Wee is hilarious too, so it's like you just gotta let him crack his jokes and have a good time in there. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Folks like Pee Wee, his music out the chain, so you can talk to him about his music and stuff like that. But Pee Wee ain't gonna give up nothing that's incriminating.
And that was gonna be my next question to you.
He ain't gonna do that.
That was gonna be my next question. Have you ever done an interview and you got a wow factor, something that shocked you that you didn't know about a particular person or artist, and it kind of just like, wow, I didn't know that. Like, okay, last week Fabo was here.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Fabo had been to prison 2 times.
See, I ain't know that either.
You know, and that, like, when he said that, it like wowed me. I was like, you know, is there any artist that, you know, that caught you off guard with something?
Well, see, the problem is when I talk to folk be talking to me in code. So when I talk to Fabo, he like, when I got back from vacation, I was like, oh, you had a good vacation, huh, Fabo? But then I was thinking, maybe you was talking about you was in jail when I was talking to you after the interview. But I didn't know. You see what I'm saying? So I get a lot of stuff in code because folks ain't trying to put it all the way out there like that.
Right,
you see what I'm saying? Right. So I don't know for sure, but for the most part, well, not, like I said, that Bound and Bone interview, I mean, you know, different stuff that they was going through coming up in the game, it was like a real wild factor to that. Because I ain't know they was both broke as hell, you know, living in the same house trying to come up.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that they were working together like that.
Tell the people real quick, and then we're going to go into this petty post segment. When I was reading your bio, and things about you, I noticed that you grew up in a single household.
Yeah.
Just
the youngest,
mother.
right?
Yeah. And
wow.
you know, and I did also.
Yeah.
I don't know if Stakk did, but I did.
Well, he was there, but it was just like my mom was a single mom. You know?
Exactly.
He just sat there and watched John Wayne read the paper.
Does that inspire you to be a good father and a good role model to your kids because of how you kind of grew up without a male around?
Exactly. See, the thing is that my mom and dad didn't get along. Okay. It wasn't that they didn't both love the kids, they just couldn't get along. Okay. So that's what caused the separation in the house. And with me and my wife, I was like, you know what, let's just try to figure out how to get along we can raise these folks in the same house without it here knucking every bucket every 5 minutes.
Right.
And that's just really what that was for me. You know? But that's just the main thing. I think that family, man, because it's a certain confidence that you're going to get being around your dad that you ain't going to be able to get as no man growing up with your mama.
Your mother. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was fortunate when I turned 17, my mama, she put me out. So I wound up going to stay with my dad.
You said that was fortunate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. It's funny I should say that. But when I went over there, he gave me the game. He told me, you know, what I need to do and kind of validated some of the stuff that I already knew, but he gave me a little bit more icing on top of it. So when I hit the streets, I hit them even harder, knowing that, you know what, I'm a man and I do what I want to do around here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the success that you're having, you know, right now with your show, I mean, the city is on fire from it. I see people, I read comments, you know, be how you the realist. You know, be how you the OG, be how this, be how that. I mean, how does that make you feel that finally, and I'm not saying that you arrived to where you want to be. I'm sure you even have a bigger ceiling. But how does it feel, you know, after all these years to read those comments from people and the fans saying you are the realist and you keep it real and stuff? You know, does that motivate you more? I mean, how does that make you feel, brother?
I mean, it makes me feel good as hell, man, because I'm just glad to know that I'm representing myself the right way. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? In a way that folks can appreciate versus saying, you know what, F that joke, I hate him. You see what I'm saying? Because you can get them comments too.
Correct.
And I do get some of them too. I do get some of them too.
He gets them all the time.
I get them all the time.
He gets them every day.
We're going to start reading the emails that come to. I'm serious. We want to put that in the comments.
I don't know if you want to read your emails.
Man,
I don't know if you want to read.
Man,
them
we need to. I got some fresh ones. Then I got some stale ones.
I'm pretty sure 90% of them are all the stale ones.
98%, bro. Believe it.
But it do feel good, man. It just really, that's the only thing that really motivates me. Because sometimes I don't be feel like doing nothing either. I be like, you know what, how about I just go ahead and sit my butt down and just cool out.
Right.
Because we all have that in us to want to go and sit down and cool out.
Cool
Like,
out.
you know what? Y'all can have it. I tried my best, and that's all you getting out of me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
But when I see that, like, oh, man, the people, they need it. They learning from it. They appreciate it. So I got to deliver because I know, I'm like, yeah, if I ain't going to do it, who else going to do it?
Correct.
So I try to get a game to my youngsters so they can pick up where I left off and really redo exactly what I did. Because guess what, Wick? You got to go tell your story again to a new generation
Correct.
after me.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? And
Correct.
that story ain't going to never get old. But
Correct.
by you telling that story, a new generation understand where they came from,
Right.
what you had to overcome to get there,
Right.
and that it wasn't always as sweet as it is now.
As it is
You
now.
see what I'm saying?
And I'm glad you said that, B-Hab.
Exactly.
When you're, because you're up close and personal with a lot of these youngsters. I
Mm-hmm.
just saw Dolph when he left out of here a minute ago. And no disrespect to Dolph, I love him. We've done a few little shows together here and there. But it is a difference when you're dealing with a new artist.
Yeah.
How a new artist approaches me.
Yeah.
Than where a seasoned artist approaching me. There is a difference. Tell me, when you're interviewing the younger artists, do you feel like they respect the old school? Or do you feel like they don't know about the old school?
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If they knew, then it would be a respect. But so the only way they would know, they would have to have lived through it.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? They would have had to hear Ghetto Mafia putting Decatur on the map. They would have had to have heard that.
Right.
If they don't even know, I mean, just to be honest, now who is even repping Decatur now?
Correct.
Niggas don't even know they supposed to rep it.
Right.
Because they ain't heard the music. So it's on folks such as myself job to let them know where they came from so they can continue the legacy.
That's right.
Versus just thinking that they creating it from scratch and that everything is just here for them. It's like, no, this is where it came from. This how they did it. Do what they did and make it better.
Right.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Stack, what you got?
That makes sense, though. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That really do when you think about it. Because what do you think? You know, real quick on that before we go to the next step. What do you think the problem is, though? I mean, you know, because we had Kane in here. He was like, "Hey, we you know, some of us is not teaching them. You know,
Is it our fault?
Well, yeah, because I done reached out to a lot of OGs. And that's why I show love to the ones that show love to me. I done reached out to everybody. If somebody ain't been on my show because they don't want to be there.
Oh.
Exactly.
Because I got an open platform to everybody. You see
Correct.
what I'm saying?
Correct.
So the folks that come to my show are the folks that show me love that I'm going to support and I'm going to keep their legacy popping because I'm in a position to do so. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
And the ones that don't, they might not necessarily be as hot on my list as the ones that came through. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So with that being said, you know, it's on us, folks in my generation and younger, to understand and just push the it's a history lesson, man.
It's a history
These folks
lesson.
got to know their doggone history. They don't know. If you don't know where you come from, you don't even know where the hell you going. You don't know that it is okay to say something real in a song because you ain't never heard it your whole life.
Right.
You don't know what I grew up on. It was cool to be kind of having a little sense. You see what I'm
Right,
saying? It was
correct.
cool to know something.
Know something.
You had to know
Right,
something.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't want to be running around here just being just flat out ignorant because nigga, you weren't gonna get nowhere.
Correct.
So
That's
I
right.
think it's on us to really teach, and then just even with the music and on the radio and how we promote everything, you have to have the old school concerts. You need to blend the old school in with the new school and the music, so they can see where that rhyme scheme came from. You see what I'm saying? Where that track came from. Where that
Exactly.
idea really came
Exactly.
from. Some of these songs you might hear, it's the fifth time with that sample.
With that fifth time with that sound.
Fifth
Exactly
time
right.
with that hook.
Exactly.
Fifth time with that. So it's like, let them know the other four that came before it and see it, and let them decide who did it the best.
Case on the point that they got the juju on the beat, but that was
Nook
come
if
on,
you
Nook
buck.
if you buck.
Exactly.
I think people need to know it went all about doing all that, man. We were that
Yeah.
song came on in some club, man. If you don't know how to fight, you got to get the hell up out of there.
Hey, well, lay down on the ground after you got knocked out.
Yeah,
Come on now.
I mean,
it was
but I'm
real.
saying, but let them
Stack,
know.
you got knocked out plenty of times to that song.
Well, you know, I was nucking, but I don't know if I was bucking. What you talking about? I don't know about the bucking part. I was nucking though.
You were knocking those down.
Well, I'm talking about, but I don't know about the bucking. I don't know about the bucking.
Yeah, B-Hab, man. Man, it's great to be here with you, bro.
Yeah.
So I mean, what's the future for Beehive? What do you see yourself, 5, 10 years from now? I mean, do you want to own a station? Or are you gonna go into, maybe like what we're doing, your own podcast type of situation? And you gonna retire up there with Dave and the crew?
Man, I got to shout out to the ball Hurricane Dave, man, because he helped me out a lot too.
Wow.
When I think about it, I never got no hell out of him. I was bringing all kinds of fools in there to that radio station to interview him. And he never gave me no hell. And I'm talking about some of these folks, you didn't know who the hell they was until 6 to 7 months later.
Oh, okay.
Because I was getting them early.
Okay.
But he'll let me bring them in there.
Wow.
I think he kind of seen the vision of what I was trying to do and was just like, if it work out, we come back and holler at me and we'll help you grow some more.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
But a lot of times when it comes to that vision stuff, man, you'll be the only one with it. Don't
Correct.
nobody see what the hell you in there doing, because I know a lot of folks you be like, B, how the hell you done brought her here today?
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then he turned out to be Rich Homie Quan.
I'm trying not to be rich homie.
You see what I'm saying? He turned out to be Day Day. You see what I'm saying? And folks
Yeah.
like, oh, I see what's going on in here now. Then they have to pay attention to what you're doing early. So now you done created a lane and carved out a niche for yourself and created a pocket for folks to be able to come in and blast off of.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And I want you to touch on for the youth, because we joke around a lot on the show, me and Stakk, and I come from an era of where we fought. After the show, it might be one person with a gun, a little rusted 22 or something in his shoe or something. With all the violence, man, with bankroll and Adobe and and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. I mean, what would you say to the youth right now to stop this violence in rap before we lose it?
Exactly. I mean, I would just say just cut it. Really, see, my problem is because I'm one of them just stop it folks.
Right.
If you see it, like you tell your child that they about to run out in the street, you be like, stop.
Stop it.
I ain't got no reason other than you just need to stop it before you run out there and get hit by that car.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? And it's like, with these guns and stuff, folks is dying, and it's real. And I don't think that people really, but these kids don't value themselves no more, man. They ain't got no pride in themselves. And that's why it comes back to us letting them know where they come from and letting them know, we proud of this neighborhood. We proud of ourselves around here. We value ourselves.
Did we fail them? Is the new generation a product of us not caring? When I told somebody this when I grew up, right? We had OGs in the hood. I'm talking about slap your head up, chase you down on your bike, take your ice cream, but it just kind of, they loved you though.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let nobody else come in from other streets and do nothing to you.
Yeah.
But they would, that was the OG thing. I don't see that no more.
No, because these kids out here by themselves. But then also, hell, if everybody locked up, who gonna be there for them? They incarcerated a whole bunch of folks in the 90s. So that's when these kids was little kids growing up. So by the time they got old enough to try to figure out whether they were going to be crazy as hell or try to learn some or have some kind of code, anybody that was there that probably could have taught them was in jail. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that's a big part of it too. And the folks that is out doing their thing, they don't reach out to nobody, and then when folks try to reach out to them, they don't give up the game because they trying to stay in the game instead of trying to help somebody else get in the game. See, I'm a firm believer in, if you got the gift, you got the gift.
Correct.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Can't nobody take none from you. You see what I'm saying? You got to stand up and open up the door for the next man, and if they coming past you, then that's just on them. They might be better than you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And if not, then you might need to be working harder.
Right, working harder. Stakk.
Wow.
We have a petty post.
Call me podcast Shawty, please.
You're not podcast Shawty. If I hear you say that one more time, I'm going to the boss about you.
Or ALO.
I'm going to the boss
ALO
about you.
or podcast Shawty.
We're going to write up a pink slip on you. I'm going to the boss if I hear you say that one more time.
Well, you better make it dog pink.
That's player infringement.
No.
That's infringement, man.
And then,
this man right now have you on tape stealing his lines. He could take you to court right now.
I didn't say the R word. I said podcast for mine.
Hey.
But we don't pay the post.
Petty post.
I'm gonna say petty post.
Petty post.
Are you ready? Tell them what petty post is. Because a lot of people like, what the world is petty post?
The petty post for the viewers out there. It's just something petty. Stakk comes up with and makes me do it. I don't want to do it, but he makes me do it.
All the time.
Stakk, what's the petty post for today?
Well, my petty post today, man, see, like I said, I'm from John Wells out there, I did in the Goodwill box the dumpster to get my clothes, the hood, I remember one time I found the toilet seat in the creek, my mama cleaned it up, it was a soft one, and I was with crack, so we put it on the toilet seat. I couldn't never walk fast in school because I had the numbers written up under my shoes. I used to have numbers on my $1.99, $2.99, real numbers. My Coca-Cola shirt was all Fruit of the Loom. My mama So, just setting the stage, we grew up with different snacks, man, and snacks, hood snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And, this may be stereotypical, you understand, but we didn't have a stereo, you understand, Okay, so 5 hood snacks, the top 5 hood snacks, and I wanted to get your opinion. Those opinions.
The top 5, now, does the top 5 hood snacks, is that just, that's anything. There's any snack.
Any snack. What you would call a snack sugar bread was a snack, but I ain't put that on there. Jelly bread was a snack.
Give me your top 5, so I can't wait to hear this.
Making our own candy, but my top 5 hood snacks.
Starting at 5.
I'm gonna start at 5. It's the freezer cups. Now I ain't talking about I'm talking about when you got to flip them upside down, and then you dig in the freezer cups. You know what I'm saying? Miss Miami, shout out to Miss Miami and Miss Odessa. Shout out to Mr. C. Ronan and the man with the white truck. Shout out to you. You never did give me that free candy. I hope you somewhere. I ain't worry about it. But
number 4, Stakk.
Okay, number 4. I don't even know why they called them that because they ain't even got none in Boston. But Boston baked beans.
Yeah.
They were fresh.
They were made in Boston.
Man, them things were made probably in E-Point or Hateville. And then my third one is, now come on now. Honey bun. I ain't talking about the glaze, all the whites. I'm talking about the regular honey bun.
So you didn't like it with a thick white glaze?
No, but I'm thinking that's so nasty. I'm talking about the regular honey. I'm talking about the regular ones you put in the microwave and you go for 4 seconds, not 5. 4 seconds. And then in day camp, we was at Brady Gym day camp. That when that I Need Love came out, and I thought I had me a little girlfriend. My girl named Meredith used to chase me all the time. I finally gave her some play. But anyway, okay. The second one was Andy Cap hot fry. Remember the one who had the hat? He was cool. I used to think he was cool to death. The hot fry. Yeah. Now, if you had the bootleg hot fry, you need to get on somewhere.
Yeah.
Sit down. Okay. And then my number one was pickle pig feet.
Wait a minute.
Pig feet, bro.
Stakk.
Pickle pig feet.
Nobody liked pickle pig
3
feet.
3 a day, make the pain go away.
Nobody liked pickle pig feet, Stakk.
Boy, they were pink and they were pickled.
They used to sit up there for 5 months up there in the little jar with
they
the
had
juice
a jelly at the top of the jar. You had to get it past the jelly.
Anybody could just come reach in there and grab one with their hands.
No, hey, look, he picked them up with the white wax paper and then put it in the plastic bag.
Oh, my God.
And we used to go around sucking on pig feet, bro.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, dead and tired. Dead and tired. What's y'all, man?
I'm going to let B-High answer that. B-High, give me, if you can't give me 5, give me something.
Pickle pig feet.
I mean, we got to say the hot Cheeto.
The hot Cheetos. That's a real snack, Stakk.
Yeah, the hot Cheeto.
You see how that rhymes? That's a real snack, Stakk.
And look, real snack, no matter how I act. Get it in my cup. Yeah, it's a lack.
B-High, you see
Podcast, Shawty.
You see what I deal with now? You see what I deal with now, man?
You know what I'm saying? But carry on, sir.
I mean, and you always know them Kool-Aid packs came in handy too.
With the little stick. You dip them out with the stick.
You got the stick, but then you had the kind you just mix with a little sugar and put it in a plastic bag and hand it out of school.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm talking about.
This is a guy that knows his candy.
Come on, man.
This is a guy that knows his snack. You said pickle pig feet.
He went to Maze. They could afford candy. We went to Tri-City. I couldn't get that but Big Bowl. Big Bowl and Bowl Pops.
Stakk, what we got for B-High, man? We gonna let him up out of here on that, man. We got a gift for him.
B-High.
Being a good sport, man.
I got a gift for you.
What you got, man?
But hey, I'm gonna talk to you a little later. Cause you need
it better not be one of those little bitty ones you gave Oomph. He gave Oomph A shirt. It was about this big. It was a
About
bib.
that big. About that big. Hey, but sometimes I'm just saying, like, you get sick. I ain't trying to wish that bad on you. I mean, I love that you, for real. So what I'm saying is, you get sick sometimes. And sometimes, you know, you don't need to be trying to shake the earth, but you got dreads and I got dreads. They need a little flavor sometimes.
That's right. That's right.
You might want to go take your family. How many kids you have?
3.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful kids. Awesome kids. Very smart. Geniuses. Now, if you want to take a break, I feel in for you for about 2 episodes.
Oh my goodness! Are you serious?
I feel in for you.
You're not feeling
What's
in.
the guy named Hurricane who?
You're not feeling
Hurricane
in.
Dave?
No, that's not his name.
That's his name?
No.
What's his email?
His name is Hurricane.
Well, he better doggone you understand, man.
Beehive, this is for you, my brother.
Sure now.
Man, appreciate that, man. Hell yeah.
Man, you know
There
what
you
I'm
go.
saying?
With the platform
that.
signature on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's right. Just take a
Let's
picture
get it
right
now.
now with come on in, Stakk. Yeah. You got it?
Yes, that's a
Yeah,
Hey
beauty.
man,
appreciate it, man.
It was a pleasure, man. Hollering at
It's a
you, bro. Hopefully, ATL platform. We're
Ain't
not
it
just
bad?
silly. We're not just silly all the time. I told you we were, bring in people that can help you with your movement. Hopefully, you could take something away from this right here for all the inspiring broadcasters. Every time I'm rolling down Facebook and Instagram, I'm seeing everybody doing shows now. We're in the show era.
Yes.
Hopefully you learn something today from a guy that has a national show and he showed you that he came up from nothing. When I recap this, that's what I take away from that stat.
That's right.
A guy that came up from nothing, got fired, had to bug a boss,
Yes.
call
Yes.
him every day,
Yes.
and now look where he's at now.
And that called stride, tenacity. It's just like when Arnold Schwarzenegger said, "I'll be back." You
Exactly.
was back. You was T2.
That's the show, people. I got to get away from
You
this
was
guy.
T. I'll be
I
back.
got to get away from him.
I'll be back.
Platform ATL.
Podcast, Shawty.
Already.